Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Honey, We're Home. I'm Nicole Pellegrino.
And I am Caroline Crawford Patterson.
And we're so excited to be back with you guys today. I know we've had some really exciting discussions going on past episodes, which you all have been weighing in. So let me just tell you, we're not done with that topic. We're going to discuss it in the future more, I would say. But we wanted to break things up today a little bit. I know we touched on this in a past episode before, but we're getting into fall, we're getting into Q4, and I think it's so important this time of year to really buckle down prior to the new year and just like get your life together, get your shit together, and finish out the year strong. Because you don't want to get to December 31st and be like, I just wasted 3 months, you know?
Yeah, and I was having this conversation the other day. Actually, went to lunch at the Boathouse, which was so magical and great thing to do if you're visiting New York in September. The weather is perfect. There's a lot of like transitional summer into fall stuff that's actually like better to do now.
Yeah.
But we were having this conversation about like one thing about getting older is that you actually can learn to plan for the new season so that like all of the things that you really want your season to encompass, like you've prepared for them and you've set them up. Like we just become more adults, right? So it's like, I know that I might want to go to this restaurant like over the holidays. And so I might go try to make that reservation now, just like you get better at as you age. You only get, I saw this article that said, or it was for sure on Instagram, which is where we see all of our articles.
That's where we get our news.
That said you only get like 80 summers in your lifetime. And the conversation I had with my friends was, if you get 80 summers, how many of them are like good summers? And by that I mean 22 of them are being a child or in school. A solid 20 of them are you being like older. And then another 10 of them are probably that 20 to 30 range where we don't have money to travel. We are working. Like you can really narrow it down.
When you break it down like that.
You don't have that many summers that you really get to.
This is going to sound really meta, but now that we're on the topic of like breaking down time, I was thinking this morning while I was doing my makeup, and you're reminding me of it. And it's going to sound like I smoked a fat blunt before this, so I forgive you. I didn't, but forgive me.
You.
No, forgive me. I didn't do that, but just hear me out. When you really start to think about time, it is so scary of a thought.
Yeah.
Because what you just said, like you only have a couple summers in your 20s, in your 30s, like only a couple summers, only a couple falls, only a couple seasons of each season. When you break it down even more minutely into minutes, I had 20 more minutes this morning before I had to leave. And in my head, I was like, okay, that's a decent chunk of time. I'm on my last steps of my makeup. I know in my head what I'm going to throw on for my outfit. But I was like, hold on. When you really zoom in and you count 60 seconds in a minute, that goes by so fast.
Yeah.
Again, it sounds like I'm like high.
But you're basically saying time flies.
Time flies. Time flies from the minute to the hour to the day to then the month to then the quarter to then the year.
Yeah.
And so all that to say, I agree with what you're saying. I think for type B, sometimes people like me, it stresses us out to have to like plan the future and get out that calendar and plan months in advance. However, when I do that, I just find that I'm so much happier and I actually get to do the things that I want to do instead of letting the seasons fly past me and saying, oh, I wish we did that pumpkin patch. I wish I took that painting class that I always was talking about. I feel like we all have these friends in our lives. I'm thinking of my friend Kiki. She's always been the planner. She always has the great hard to get reservations because if she wants a reservation in December, she's planning it in June. Sounds insane, but then once it rolls around,
you're so happy she did it.
And we're all so happy she did it.
And I'm glad you're saying this because this was the conversation I was having. It was myself, John, and our friend. And he's like, Caroline, we all talk about this like you're just a specific person. Like you're built to do that. You're built to plan for these things.
Yeah.
And so you are probably a little bit more hardwired to have stuff prepared going into it. I really am on the line of type A, type B.
Same.
But it's like, it's very possible for type B people to plan. Like,
right.
it is not impossible. And I hate that trope kind of that's like, oh, I'm just not a planner or whatever, because sometimes I'm not a planner. The point is, like, we all have stuff that we want to do, and we really need to practice living in the season that we're in. Like, not, and I don't mean like metaphorically, like the season. I'm not trying to be like woo woo, like the literal season, like fall, spring, whatever it is, like whatever your ideal fall looks like, you can have that if you are able to plan in advance, bar finances, bar schedule other people's weddings. Like there's a lot of other stuff that comes in the way.
My thing is, like, I use that excuse of like, oh, but what if we can at that point? Well, then guess what? Most things you can just cancel.
Yeah.
God forbid.
And there's a lot of stuff that's free also. Like I used to think, wow, living in New York, this is how I'm going to experience fall. Because in the South, we don't really get that true season. And then I was like, eventually, like one day I'll do those things, like take the train to a different town or do this or stay at a bed and breakfast. But that all costs money. And what I've realized is that I'm just full of excuses. Like it's $5 to get on the Metro North. I can take the train to a different town, walk around, go to a pumpkin patch, do whatever it is, and like come back at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like I just was full of excuses.
Doesn't have to be a full weekend trip.
Or
like you can just put pen to paper and make it happen.
I think that what it really came down to was probably like being lazy and like the anxiety of planning ahead, or getting a Christmas tree in New York is so expensive, but it's something that I am serious about every year. Like that's a non-negotiable for me, is having a real Christmas tree. And if I were less lazy, I would coordinate renting a zip car to go outside of the city to like get our own tree, put it on top of the car, bring it back home. And that would all in probably be less expensive than me going down the street to get a big tree in the city.
Right. Like if you want something, you've got to make it happen. You've got to just do it. So that's like, we're going to talk in this episode about tips for doing that in each category of our lives. I will admit this episode was kind of inspired by Tinks. I know you probably didn't listen, but because we didn't even talk about this before, but I'm a huge fan of her podcast. Sometimes I'll like dabble with it. Huge fan of her in general. She did kind of a similar episode. It was like a fall vibes to-do list, like being productive, where she mentioned things like make your doctor's appointments, like be on top of all that stuff, which is super smart. So highly suggest listening to that. I'm going to try to not be like redundant in our things, because I think we just have so much to add to that, and it got me inspired, because like this is truly like I've been telling everyone in my life, I'm like, this fall, summer was crazy. I'm getting my life together, and I'm getting
You're
on
more
my
like
grind.
ready to organize in the fall. I'm ready to like enjoy the fall season and be present. Like
I think we can do both.
I do too. I 100% believe that. Yeah.
Well, because I think like getting organized in the fall will thus allow us to enjoy.
Yeah, when you're organized, you're a little bit more laid back about doing things.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, anything that you can do, I personally feel like anything you're doing can be romanticized. Like if you just take a little extra time, you know, to make it that way. And it just builds core memories to me.
And being, like you said, present. Like this is all kind of laddering into like how to be the most present. As I have my notifications dinging in the background as we speak.
I tried to take a nap earlier today. Like my phone wouldn't buzzing every 5 seconds. And I'm like, Siri, I just flashed back to a time when like I could go all day without somebody texting me. And I'm like, what the F happened? Like my phone will not stop buzzing and people not. And then John called me and I'm like, oh my God. He's like, what? And I'm like, I cannot take a nap. He's like, do you not know how to put your phone on Do Not Disturb? Like, are you?
Do not disturb. Yeah. My phone just goes on it without me asking it to. I think it's the universe being like, do it. And I don't know how to get it off. You know, I'm like 85 when it comes to my phone. Okay, we have a couple different categories here of just like our recommendations of what to do, what to eat, what to watch, what to read, what to do with your life in the fall in this Q4. So the first one, we're going to talk about wellness, because that's really the crux of everything I do, is always trying to feel good.
Yeah, I think that's important. The first thing you put for wellness is lessons.
So here's the thing.
Okay, because I want to hear about this.
I think like we've talked about this before, but just to summarize, as you get into your 30s, you start to feel like life is kind of over at some points, and like you've got to only work towards being financially successful and only work towards your relationship and your family and your building of your house and everything. I think it's so important to still have your own hobbies and interests, because that is the stuff that will keep you sane when you're doing your day-to-day of life. So I've been like, I want to get us back into dance lessons.
Yeah, that was fun.
And I get it. Like you moms out there that are full-time working moms are probably like, Nicole, when the fuck do I have time to take a dance lesson? Totally get that. But even if you can get out like once a month for something that you've been talking about wanting to do, maybe you've always wanted to do that pottery class, or I know we've always wanted to do like a painting. The other day we were at an event and all these people were talking about, if for our New York City girls out there, there's this place called Happy Medium that everyone was raving about. And they do like art classes, like painting, and it's like beginner stuff. But then you walk away with a good painting. Oh, yeah. So I'm signing us up for that. Sip? Like, yes, but almost like better.
Okay,
like
fun.
You learn like real skills.
Well, I think something that we could probably debunk right here is the fact that when you sign up for classes, it's like a weekly thing. And people don't have time for that. Like, moms definitely don't have time for that, like, most of the time. And so I think that can like scare you off or say like that I'm not going to do anything at all. But like even doing like one cool class a quarter is like something cool to look forward to. You don't have to do it like once a month.
Yeah, I agree. Or like I really want to get back into tennis lessons, because I played in high school. I've had a tennis past. And I think like a good way to make
I don't know if
the
fall
time
is the time for that.
No, there's indoor courts. So I'm going to find it indoor. Yeah.
Okay.
So I know I thought of all this. But, like, I think a good way to make time for something like that is, like, you might be out there doing workout classes in the mornings or doing your gym time as your workout. Just substitute in a tennis lesson. Again, if you have the funds, this all adds up. But I think, like, you can just make the time for these.
Okay, so the next one is clean out your entire house or apartment room by room. That's a great one. Everybody always says spring cleaning, and, like, there is a literal time in like the Northeast during the spring where it's fake spring, and like March it feels like winter still, but you like want to be outside and you want it to be spring. That's a good spring cleaning time for people that live in like cold weather climates, because you still can't go outside. For the rest of the world, that's not really the case. Like people are ready to be outside and they can be outside, and it's like starting to get warmer. Fall is such a good time for this. Like as you start like when it starts getting colder and you're inside, the in-home not even just the cleaning. Once you get done with the cleaning
is step one.
Then you get to do these projects. Fall is the time for home projects.
I put probably 17 asterisks next to this one, because I really think this is step one for me. This weekend, mark my effing words, I am going through every single room in my apartment, starting with the bathroom, and I am just throwing out a bunch of stuff. I'm going to donate what I can. I'm going to recycle what I can. I'm going to be sustainable. But everything in my life, anytime I'm stressed or chaotic, it's truly because my space is. And I talk such a big talk when I say, like, I'm going to get my life together. I'm going to clean my apartment. But then I don't end up doing it. I don't know why. It's been a big block for me. And I really think, like, the crux of all my problems ladders down to, like, my environment. So,
well, it's a bigger task than people make it seem. Like, if you're in a larger home, maybe you don't have this issue, even though I feel like a lot of my friends would probably agree with me on this, that cleaning it is only half the battle. You have to organize it so that it stays clean, and not only stays clean, but becomes easier to clean. Like, things need places to go so that then you can put them away. Like, if you have a million kids' toys, but you don't have a basket for the kids' toys, when you could say, oh, I'm going to clean it up, but cleaning it up, what does that entail? Where are you going to put the toys? There's nowhere for them to go. Like,
you need to order the supplies.
Yeah, having organization.
And the space for them. That's our struggle. Like, it just adds another layer, another suburban privilege.
It takes more time to do that. Like, you have to get a little bit more, like, creative with it. But once you do, it's, like, extremely beneficial to your, like, day-to-day quality of life.
Right. Like, I have a mirror waiting to be hung up. I have art waiting to be hung up. I will refuse to, because you can't walk in our kitchen right now. There's just product everywhere from this past week. And so I'll keep you guys posted because I really think we all just need to purge together.
Feel like a lot of you guys probably know this, that I have the like office space in our apartment that has just been like, it's so cute, but it's been non-functional for 2 years because it holds everything extra. And I finally cleaned it out. What was it?
I was so jealous.
Like it was like a month ago or something. Of course, like right before we're about to leave our apartment. But I've been working there every day since, and I've been so much more productive.
I'm jealous because like literally our office has a drying rack in the background. Mike has to blur the background of his Zoom meetings because he's like, I can't show this in the background. There's like an old broken bookshelf. We are the hoarding house. We look like hoarders. We should be on an episode of Hoarders, and it's getting disgusting.
But it makes a huge difference having a clean, this is not like there's nothing new under the sun, but
yeah,
it's not an underrated piece of advice, I would say.
Right. Well, and if any of you guys have like tips, or could like get me an access to Marie Kondo to come over and help me, I really think that could help.
What about
an organizer?
My friends love the home edit.
I know. I need to dabble in that.
Okay.
Or I need to hire an organizer. Or I just need to fucking do it. And look at me. I'm making excuses. I just need to like to put on a podcast and go.
It just takes a lot longer than you think it's going to take. And clean your baseboards. For the love of God,
I never have, but I need to. I know. No, my mom used to always, that was a chore growing up.
Yeah, no, because they do need to be clean.
I wrote down my throat. Get confrontational, set boundaries.
I don't know what you mean by this. I feel like this is in every...
I know.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Confrontational, whether it's for work, whether it is in your relationship, whether it's with your in-laws, which I know a lot of you have situations where you need to do this, just start getting to the point and saying what you mean. It will save you so much time. I know I'm being vague right now. Like I have things with work that I'm starting to employ this tactic more. And the more I do it, I'm a people pleaser in me. I'm always like, oh, but they'll think I hate them. They'll think... No, if you say what you're asking for in a nice, respectful way, people actually respect you a lot more and respond really a lot better, and you end up all being more productive, all more efficient.
Well, people don't mind directness.
Yeah.
Like, I think people mind being lied to or feeling like they were manipulated. I know people don't like feeling like they're being spoken to or treated as if they're like dumb. I also feel like the initial MO of people like is not to hurt somebody else's feelings.
Yeah.
So no one likes to feel like they're doing something wrong just because the other person like didn't communicate with them.
Right. That's where I'll give people like the benefit of the doubt, or I'll try to like nicely get them to go in the direction I want without really being direct about it, and like try to nicely get them to the conclusion when really I can just simply kindly ask and say,
yeah,
so we're done beating around the bush.
I actually do really like that advice, and you can totally use that with your in-laws, and fall actually is a good time to do that in that sense of like it's coming up on the holidays. Just say now. I think I've had this realization. Well, I've known this for a while, but I've seen it sort of like play out more recently. When you have a relationship with somebody where you can be direct with them, it's typically a healthier relationship. You're not operating as if you're like scared to hurt their feelings or walking on eggshells. Like you also aren't scared to say what you feel or say what you want. And in turn, they're not either. Like, I'm not talking about a one-sided situation. I'm talking about when both parties feel comfortable to be blunt and direct. It's a healthier relationship, and there's room for a lot more growth because I can just say what I want, and then you can just say right back to me if you don't agree. Like,
yeah.
Or if that's not what you want. And therein lies like the whole solution. Now we're in like ground zero of finding a solution instead of like fighting. Like, it's just out there. I want this and you don't want it. Great. Well, at least we said it. Now we've got to figure out how to come to the same page.
Yeah. This really is the time of year too where like the in-laws start. It's not in every family, but in a lot of cases, your in-laws or your own parents and your own family will start reaching out and being like, what are we doing for Christmas? What are we doing for Thanksgiving? If they haven't already. So this is like in the past, I would be too nice, for example, and maybe to my in-laws, I'd be like, oh no, like we'll definitely come by. We'll definitely, but instead like a tangible,
don't get their hopes up.
Don't get hopes up. A tangible
No.
example of this would just be like, hey, listen, we haven't gotten that far yet. We don't know yet. We cannot guarantee our presence at your house, at my family's, at anybody's yet. But we'll let you know as soon as we can, and let me discuss it with my partner. Like,
it just takes a lot of balls. And
yeah.
maybe we're all there together now finally where we can have the balls to do it. But this is one update is I think I did get like the joint Thanksgiving thing figured out. So I think we're going to do it this year. So that's good. But that also took confrontation. It would not have gotten done without confrontation. And I will say this right now because I don't think she'll mind me saying this. My mother-in-law came back to John and was like, I just want to say good for you guys for being confrontational about this and pushing it, because we didn't.
Wow.
When we were, she was like, I didn't even think about it. I wasn't even thinking about it. And maybe that's like on me, but I just didn't approach it that way when we first got married, and it caused conflict later on. She's like, good for you guys for just feeling so inclined to like, or like called to just figure it out now and be, you guys were confrontational about it. You got it squared away. And now there will never be this like disconnect between you and Caroline on who's spending what holiday where it's going. And there's no like resentment or like quiet animosity going on. And that was a result of us being confrontational about it, which was uncomfortable for us. And like, there was nothing mean about it, like whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just sort of like your parents are your parents. So the idea of kind of like telling them the way that you want it to be is frightening like a little bit. Like I'm like, I'm scared of my mom and John's mom. Like we're both scared of her mom. So I don't know.
When you're like this holiday, like you know, the parents are getting older. You want them to be happy.
Yeah.
And just for the listeners who don't know the history, when you say joint Thanksgiving, you mean your family and John's family doing Thanksgiving together.
Yeah, I think we'll all probably do in Atlanta. But, you know, it's not everybody this year, sadly. But it'll be, you know, like my parents and then one of my sisters. And then
that's so nice.
It'll be a nice way to start it. And then hopefully it'll turn into like, maybe we'll find like a beach house somewhere next year and do it there. And maybe one year they'll come up to New York. But we had to pull the plug on starting somewhere. And we realized that no one else was going to do it besides us. Yeah. No matter how many times we expressed that we wanted it to happen to our parents. And listen, like, we're very respectful of the parental dynamic. We're not those people that are like, your parents are your equals. Like, that's not how we roll. Like, our moms are the head of our households respectively. Like, we have a ton of respect for them. Like, our dads as well. Like, they run like the household as far as like we're concerned. And so we're very respectful of our parents. Like, we're not going to tell them the way that it like has to be. So it was nerve-wracking. But
you just want everyone to be together.
I mean, it turned out very, very well. And I think like it is a good time to start. We can all grow some balls together, I guess, and do it. But
we'll talk about the holiday dynamics as we get in the future. Okay, the next one, complete that big task that you've been procrastinating. And when I say big task, maybe that's just booking one doctor's appointment or like an annoying thing. Like I have this random lump on my leg. It's a long story that I need to get taken off. Like I am going to book that appointment. Maybe it's and do that appointment. Maybe it's finding a therapist, aka my big task. I'm going to actually do it. I've been talking to a couple. I'm very picky. But I'm going to check that off. Like just complete the task that you've been putting off. Finalize designing the website. Finalize the
make the plan,
home clean out. Finalize the preschool research for you young moms. I don't know.
Plan the group trip. Like do the things. Like take lead.
Just check it off the list.
Okay, volunteer, give back. That's always a great thing.
That always this will just put you in good karma, good spirits, good confidence going into the holiday season. If you're doing something to give back to others, I get it. Not everybody can dedicate like hours per week to go volunteer at a hospital. That's totally fine. Donate a bag of clothes to Goodwill, to the homeless shelter. book one day to do like a soup kitchen as it's getting into the colder months. Like book that to have that to look forward to. Make it a date. Like just do something to give back to others. I feel like I always get this weird guilt complex because everyone in my family is in the medical field and dedicating their lives to helping others.
Yeah.
Well, technically Jenna does aesthetic sales, which in a way is helping us. But the other people in my family are like nurses and doctors and people. So I'm always like, ugh, like what am I doing? So that's why I'm always such a advocate for volunteering.
Something I've always wanted to do that I feel like if was planned correctly, we could, is like we orchestrate like a drive through the podcast, which is like,
I'd love to do that.
Like if you're in New York basically and you go do your like home closet clean out and you have an extra jacket or extra socks or whatever it is, if we could like organize like a drop off place where you could Uber Messenger it or, you know, whatever. That's just the easiest thing to do in New York usually. And
honey, we're donating.
And no, yeah, I mean, we can like orchestrate getting a lot of stuff together and then eventually we can make it like canned goods or whatever. But for like us, we can easily take a day and like go distribute these things or find centers to like bring them to and like do that research. But like half the battle is like figuring out where to take it or the right place to take it. So I kind of had this thought last year and was like, I don't know how well it would work, but we could do it this year. We're like even starting honestly now where it's like, if you go start cleaning stuff out and we give you a place to like basically drop it off with us, we'll like handle it.
Yeah. We'll talk to an organization.
Yeah.
I love that. We're giving back is happening this fall.
The next thing is way different, but get a fall manicure. If you're transitioning to the fall season, I love a brown. Like I love a brown long nail for the beginning of fall.
Ooh, I love a brown long nail with maybe a little chrome.
Yeah, on top. Agreed.
I try to go rogue with the chrome though. Sometimes it's like goes badly.
But you don't. It's just the one time she gave you the wrong chrome.
The red chrome. We all know. We don't need to rehash the red chrome. Sorry. No. So I love that though. I think like little beauty things like that tie into the season, as girly and stupid as it may sound, it actually lifts the mood so much.
Oh yeah, because you need something to like snap you into something new. Like the other thing I said was like new hair. Like go to your fall hair. Even my hair girl recently was like, I would love for you to come in the beginning of fall and I'm gonna put a darker gloss on your hair and make it like really punchy for fall. I'm like, that makes me excited.
Hairstylists get so giddy about changing clients' hair into fall, and I get why, because it's like art for them. However, I get yourself a good set of friends who will be honest with you. I texted my high school friends the other day. I'm going to post this screenshot because it's so funny. I texted them and I was like, should I dye my hair brunette? Like, should I fully go brunette? All the girlies are doing it. All these cute blonde influencers.
And they said absolutely not.
Well, and they were just like, no. Kindly no.
Yeah.
Because it's just a whole process. They were like, you look better blonde. Don't change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I have noticed all these blondes are going hardcore brunette.
I mean, I cannot, I just sit back and observe those things because I can't really change my hair like that. But
no, I would never touch your hair color.
I just don't. I mean, I have personally wanted blonde hair. I've wanted brown hair. So I get it.
Yeah.
If I could do that, I guess I could do that. But if I would change it all the time too.
No, but that is a good tip. Like if you're dabbling with changing it, go get a low light, get a gloss, get a little dip your toes in.
I think a very approachable thing is just getting a gloss for fall.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel like you have shinier, healthier, a little bit deeper hair. And it's not going to break your bank. You can do a gloss at home.
Mm-hmm.
Pop off.
Or use this time to treat yourself to that. I'm not going to tell you all to go get keratin because I'm careful about that because there's formaldehyde in it and I don't want to do that to my own hair. But I got during the summer, I think, don't quote me on this, I think it was called the Purelux treatment. I went to my hair salon and said, whatever keratin treatment that doesn't have formaldehyde. And they basically were like, we'll give you this one. It's not as strong as the ones with formaldehyde in it. Hope that's okay. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. But it changed the texture of my hair for the better. Like, it just made it shinier, more manageable, less frizzy, all the things. So I'm a big fan of that.
Wait, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. Products to feel your best quickly. The new face, you like that?
Yeah. Snatches you.
That's a good one.
I charged mine finally, so I'm back to using it. So, like, it's over for you, hoes.
That's a good glow up tool.
Yeah.
The red light mask, we like those. I really need one for my redness. I've just only heard consistently that it helps get rid of your redness, and that's like my number one issue.
The red light mask is an enigma to me because I have like 7 of them. I haven't used mine consistently enough to really see results, but I've used it here and there. Again, when I get my life together in the fall, I'm going to actually use it like every day or at least 4 times a week like you're supposed to. But with the red light mask, I really think it's one of those things that like it must work really well, because why would so many people, influencers, experts, doctors, everybody be truly raving about it if red light didn't work? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for me, one of the main reasons that I will wear makeup is because of my hyperpigmentation. And if I like didn't have redness on my skin, I just probably wouldn't ever really want to wear makeup, because I like feel like my skin's pretty healthy. I like my freckles, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I would benefit from it. Someone we love, a Hannah Stella, I think she uses her red light mask literally every night, and I can tell a difference in her skin. She's like posted before and after photos like a million times, like 10 minutes at night or something.
Yeah, like the proof is in the pudding for the red light.
Yeah, it's definitely true, but it's pricey, so I don't know.
Take it with a grain. And we're not trying to overwhelm you guys with all these things. Like, you don't have to go out and buy all these things at once. Like, if you take one thing away from this episode, if it's just like clean your bathroom, then that's the goal.
Clean your bathroom. Okay, get back on your supplement regimen. Also, let me add to that, your routine in general. My routine and supplement regimen is whack right now.
Yeah.
Mine's really terrible.
Once I get back on my supplements, it's over for everybody. I ordered $100 worth of sea moss and coconut colt, like an impulsive consumerism hoe, the other day, because this one influencer, Tatiana Tatlafana or whatever.
I don't know. She sounds pretty though.
She's gorgeous. Perfect skin. And I was like, I'm just going to give it a try. So keep you guys.
That's nice. That's honestly, we just all need to write in our journals, like for next week, things that I'm going to do to get back on track, or like things that I'm going to do. And if that's get the new manicure, take your supplements to get back on your routine. For me, it's going to be like freaking go back to Pilates. I don't think I've been in like 2.5 weeks.
It's time.
Like stuff like that. And I'm just going to clean my house. I'm going to feel like refreshed at the end. And then another one is the self-tan. We're getting into self-tan season.
I recommend, like, at this time you're starting to lose your tan, just get a little lotion to keep that tan going. I like the Tan Luxe gradual one. Have that on
I'm terrible at self-tanning. My favorite self-tan I've ever used was Bali Body. And, like, I don't see anybody talk about it, but I still love it the most.
There's a lot of good ones out there. We can do a whole
I've, like, tried them all at this point. And I don't know. That one just did it for me.
I like the Amazon ones. They're easily accessible. Like Coco and Eve smells nice, looks good.
Right.
Pop off. Oh, my Gen Z friend who I was with before this, she was giving us some Gen Z perspective things. She was like, make sure you invest in a good blush during this time because you don't have that sun-kissed look on your face.
I think at this point, we all have a million blushes. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. How many blushes do you have?
Oh, a trillion.
Yeah, I have a million. Yeah. I feel like we all have a lot of blush. We're too old to have one blush. Like,
right. We've
just like accumulated various blushes.
I will say I used to always be a cream blush girly, and I am. I still do cream as the base, but like powder blush is making an entrance back into my life.
I do cream and then powder on top.
And the Fenty ones with the little sparkle in them, I've been getting compliments on my cheeks when I wear it.
That's really cute. I have a Laura Mercier one that I really, really love. There are a million good blushes out there. I'm sure we all use your blush though.
Use your blush.
If that's really the tip that we can give
Put
is
it
like
on your
use
nose.
the blush and put it on your nose. Like, do not be scared of blush. I don't know why people are scared of blush.
No.
It's super confusing to me. You can put a dabble or douse on your face. Like, just use the blush.
You know why we're afraid of blush sometimes? It's women out there with a sister. Because if you put a smidge of too much blush on, you have your sister being too honest, going, you put a lot of blush on today. Like, that is ingrained in my mind.
Okay, but there is like such thing as too much blush.
Yeah, and your sister will tell you. Oh, I've gone overboard.
Why would you not tell somebody? If they're still in the house...
The blush, I don't think there can be really too much blush.
There can be. I've seen it on myself. There can be too much blush.
Have I ever had it and you haven't told me?
No.
Do I have it right now?
No, you have the perfect amount of blush on right now.
Okay.
See? Okay, the next thing is I love the Kiehl's Barrier Cream. I always talk about this. I talked about it last year. Still stand by it because your skin is about to get really dry. I love putting that on at night. You guys know I like putting on at night, but especially as we go into the fall season, I like to put it on top of my daytime skincare, and it acts as a really great primer for your makeup. And it's just a barrier cream. It locks everything in. It helps with like intense moisture, especially like as it gets colder.
I agree. Kiehl's is tried and true. I've been getting one patch, and I know a lot of you get this too because you DM me about it, of eczema on my left eyelid that will not go away.
No.
And the only thing that kind of like calms it down and subsides it is that Kiehl's avocado stuff.
Yeah, the Kiehl's is all I get. That I get eczema patches on my legs.
Not an ad for Kiehl's.
No, it's not. But the next one I put is like a good body lotion, and I did put the Kiehl's, the Cream de Corp lotion in it. It's like the original body lotion. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have any coconut in it, so I can use it. And I genuinely like continue to go back to that. I don't even have it right now, but every time I put lotion on, I'm like, it would be better if it was the Kiehl's one. That lotion is so creamy and it makes my skin look tanner.
Shows to watch in the fall, movies to watch in the fall, just all things to watch, whether it's a documentary show or whatever.
Okay, so you tell me your current shows.
So
you said The Perfect Couple.
Currently, The Perfect Couple, I would argue it's not good, but like it's a fun, quick watch. It's easy. Just like do it, but it's really not that good. I have so many things to say about that show with more time. But like it's fine. Dakota Fanning is really good in it. Nicole Kidman is really good in it. Megan Fahey carries the show on her back as well. Other than that, yeah. So watch that, quick, easy on Netflix. Tell Me Lies on Hulu. You guys know I love that. Watching that right now. The Mormon Wives documentary. Everybody watch that. I've started it. In my free time, I'm trying to get through it. But it's so funny and like fun to watch. And everybody's talking about it. And then everyone's talking about Chimp Crazy. So that's on my list. I have not started.
Okay. My current shows that I've liked recently are Loot. Great. Have you watched it?
No, with Maya Rudolph.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Great, lighthearted show.
Apple TV, right?
Yeah. Acapulco, also on Apple TV. Great. Like, I think it's a funnier Palm Royale if people watched Palm Royale when it came out. Super, super great. And there are multiple seasons, so like you've got stuff to watch. And then if you guys haven't watched Ted Lasso, this is a really good time to get into it. They're coming out with a new season, probably next year. But Ted Lasso, literally greatest show of all time. So
that's what Mike says.
I mean, you need to watch it. All three of those are great couples shows, I would say.
We started Ted Lasso, and it's still on the list. And so far, so very good. But we started at midnight. Like, this is where the routine comes into play.
Yeah, you've got to start at a different time probably. But a 10 out of 10 recommend.
Yeah.
And then my comfort shows are New Girl, Friends, Modern Family, and How I Met Your Mother. And How I Met Your Mother is making a rise among the Gen Z population. So if you guys are of our age group and you were there when How I Met Your Mother was on live television, like I watched it live, and you guys haven't watched it yet, you probably should get on it.
Modern Family might be the best show of all time, and also feels like a good fall show to watch.
Yeah, I mean, there are other, like the Gilmore Girls, Gossip Girl of it all, like, is classic. But
so comfort shows specifically for fall, I jotted down a list. Gilmore Girls, Gossip Girl, This Is Us. I want to get back into it because that was a moment. I just remember bawling my eyes out every single episode, which sounds terrifying. But I don't know. I think I just want to cry a little bit in the fall. Pretty Little Liars. I look like I'm trying to be in the show today if you're watching this on YouTube and see my outfit. But that's just feels like a really good fall show. Cozy vibes. Friday Night Lights because of like football season. Back to football.
Schitt's Creek. That's a good one.
Schitt's Creek is up there. That and Modern Family might be my 2 favorite sitcoms of all time. Stranger Things, one of my favorite network shows of all time. I want to rewatch it like 10 times in a row. Have you ever seen it?
I've seen some of it.
I don't know why. I feel like you wouldn't like it.
No, I didn't like it.
There's 2 types of girls.
I didn't like
one
it.
who loves Stranger Things and one who doesn't.
No, I didn't like it.
I just said doesn't like you. I just like used your accent. Wait, I love Stranger Things.
No.
Like I've been praying for the next
That's like
season.
too much for me. I'm an anxious girly. I don't want to think about that happening in the real world, and like I will think that it will.
No, it's so good.
I don't know.
Like you wouldn't think I would like it because it's about young little kids. Usually I like shows about people my age because whatever. But oh my God, I love it.
No, I hate it.
I wrote down Only Murders in the Building. Not a personal rec because I've never seen one single minute of it, but people rave about it.
People do like it.
And I feel like it goes with fall.
The other thing that piggybacking off the Friday Night Lights thing, embrace like the sports girl season this year.
Yeah.
Like going out and watching games is fun for people our age. Like this is a vibe. Like on Saturdays, having a reason to go sit somewhere at 11 a.m. at 1 p.m. and get together with friends and get drinks and put on a cute little sporty outfit. Like I'm doing my hair and makeup for this because like this is my Saturday and I'm just having a good time around people that are all energetic. It's been a sports summer. We've had the Olympics. We've had the US Open. Like we're all into it this year. Just keep it going. I like the camaraderie of everybody being in a bar, rooting for something. But
the food is really good. The drinks.
Yeah.
And coming from a non-sports watcher, when I
don't watch the games. I just watch the people.
But hear me out. After you're done talking to the people, because the people of it is so fun. Going to a game is so fun. If I go to a game, I'm watching. I'm sad.
Yeah.
But even just like watching on TV, Mike will beg me to watch football with him. And the few times in our lives that I have, when I focus on the game and actually like get into it, it's kind of enjoyable. Like,
yeah. No, I think it's enjoyable too. I think the problem that we have as girls sometimes, like I know some people like this, myself included, is that John wants to watch at home because he can hear the TV.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, so
let's make
I don't want to just sit next to you on the couch and watch the TV. I want the vibe.
Yeah.
So the compromise is like, I'm so down to like spend Saturdays doing that right now. And when the weather is crisp and it's like perfect and everyone's out and about, we've got to go out though.
Yeah.
Like if you can find somewhere or I find somewhere that you can hear the TV and there are enough TVs to see and you don't mind watching it out, then I'm down to hang out with you and I'm not going to be annoyed at you for watching games all day because I'm also like entertained.
My other favorite thing to do if you're not going out like that, because I agree that adds to the whole ambiance and vibe and turns into a fun day for both of you. But if you're not and you're watching sports at home, he's watching sports at home, you can like pretend to participate for 2 seconds, make some fun wings for both of you. Yum, you get to eat that. Then grab a bowl of the food you made, grab that cheese board
and go watch something else.
Scurry into the bedroom and put on your comfort show. Like before, at this time in our lives, before we have children of our own and it's just us and the dog, I am cherishing those Sundays when Mike is going ham on football at one after the other and I get to just rot.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that. And then I wrote down American Horror Story because it's a comedic show at this point. But it's also like obviously getting into fall.
So we did a what to read category, but I think there is one that's just outstanding, which is basically just join a book club for the vibes. Fall is a great time to be in a book club. People are traveling less. You'll see more people. It's just fun. It's set aside time to see the girls.
Mm-hmm. I would also like to say, let us know if you guys want us to do some sort of Honey We're Home book club. because I feel like we've said this before, and I feel like if we even just get all reading the same book at one time and like give ourselves a month and a half or whatever the fuck we need to read it and then do a quick discussion about it, it could be like a mini book club for us.
Yeah,
so let us know if you'd be interested in that, or if you're like, no, too much.
Okay, so fall fashion, let's discuss.
Okay. So a lot of these came from my Gen Z girl, because I was sitting with her and I was like, what are the girlies wearing? She had a very specific one. She said Reformation stud jeans. And then she was like, there's very good
I'm looking
dupes,
them up
though.
right now.
There's dupes on the Gap. There's dupes in other places that are trustworthy if you don't want to drop the pretty penny.
Yeah.
It's more of an edgier look.
Okay.
But they're
the
cute.
J. Crew ones, to me, are better. But, like, they're cute. I don't know if they're, like, total cup of tea.
I like them, but I'm not going to, like, rush out to buy them right away. But
they're fine.
But they do feel like it doesn't feel too much of a trend. I think right now on TikTok, we're seeing a lot of just random trends, or something pissing me off is that.
Yeah, like, why do you want the same jeans everybody else has? Sorry.
Not these ones. Not even these, but, like, I'm seeing a lot of girls on TikTok going like, okay, fall trends for 2024, suede. And I'm like, okay,
suede is always a thing.
Since when was suede not a thing for fall?
Okay, so the mid-rise studded baggy jeans from Gap are $80, and they're cute.
See, like, that's worth it.
They are cute. You guys could look those up, I guess. I just looked them up as we were sitting here. I put a brown suede bag. There was this brown suede bag that Gap had that was $40 like 2 months ago, and I didn't get it. And then I eventually was like, what is wrong with me? And I went to look for it, and it's been sold out for months, of course. But it was so cute. I do love a brown suede bag. The thing is it's suede is always in.
Yeah.
But designers aren't always making great new suede pieces. This is a year where, like, the brown suede bag, because brands are making really great brown suede bags this fall. If you ever wanted to invest in a lifelong brown suede bag, I do think this would be the year. Like, I do. Like, I think that there are a ton of really, really good options. High price, mid price, and low price. This would be the year that I would want to invest in a good brown suede bag for, like, the next 20 years. And jacket. Like,
well, and the thing with people being like, it's a trend, like, A, it's always been around, but B, the good thing about brown suede, or any color suede, really, it's never going to go out of style.
Right, because it's a staple.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, not all years are made alike for design. So, you know, just because it's always in doesn't mean there will always be good options. This year there just happens to be, like, a bunch of good brown suede options.
Yeah. Like, a perfect example of what to buy this year, like, there's this really cute Mango is the brand.
They always make good.
Everybody's like, fall jackets
because you have to be on it, though.
There's a cow print jacket from Mango, which looks so cute on people. It looks so adorable, but it's like $600. What do? You get a cow print jacket, wear it a couple times, and then you're like,
it's probably the dupe of something. Like last year they did the Totem dupe jacket and it was a couple $100, but the Totem one is a couple $1,000. So
yeah, no, that's if you're like very rich, then you buy this without batting an eye. But
no,
like,
that is true.
Instead of the cow print jacket, I'd rather buy a brown suede jacket for the same price that I'm gonna wear for for seasons to come.
I also think a jean trench is really cool.
Ooh, yes.
People should definitely go wide calf boots, utility boots, barrel jeans. I think anytime there's a new jean style, I love getting new jean styles. Build your jean wardrobe. Any, like, different jeans look good with different tops. You should have a variety of jeans. That's the beauty of getting older, is you get to, like, build your jean closet.
I kind of want to invest in what do we think about the sweatpant jean?
That's where I'm like, maybe, but
rag and bone.
Yeah, like, when you go, like, crazy with it, I'm like, is that just, like, the studs on the jeans? You're probably gonna wish in 5 years that you had those jeans without the studs on them, like the exact cut but no studs.
Yeah.
So I get a little nerve about, like, the sweatpant vibe,
because they ain't cheap.
No, they're not.
But I have heard from owners of them that they are so worth it.
Then yeah.
But there's 2 types apparently. There's ones that have the printed on buttons, which we don't want. And then there's ones that have like popping out buttons that look a little more jean but still feel like sweatpants that you do want, apparently.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah.
That's, yeah. Okay, let's finish this off strong with a quick game of Love or War, brought to us by you guys. Thank you very much. These were great submissions.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we'll do a couple. We're good.
Okay. Love or War, not knowing your partner's coffee order.
I would say at the end of the day, war, but in his defense, it changes, and it's also quite the complicated order.
Yeah. I think it's a bonus if they know.
Right.
Like, it's really sweet if they know, but it's not war if they don't, just because, like, it does change.
Put in effort to know.
Yeah. Like, you should know a coffee order that your partner likes. And if it's not the one they're currently obsessed with, like, it's okay. But it should be one that's relatively recent.
Yeah. Like, well, Mike will literally, like, not put in any. He'll just be like, you order it for both of us because your order's insane. Because my order is like
John just
almond
gets
milk
whatever I order.
Yeah. So if you're not gonna know my order, just get whatever I order.
Yeah. I love when guys do that. It's like, just make 2 of those.
Yeah, it's kind of hot.
I agree, because it's just like, yeah, I'm in charge.
Mm-hmm.
When he leaves his pants on the floor like he jumped out of them, that's war. John does this daily.
War.
John left a pair of pants. He jumped out of them. He will fold them up and put them back on the ground in the same spot. And he left a pair there recently for 4 days in the same spot, caddy corner to the coffee table. Like,
no.
At one point I was like, are you just ever gonna move them?
Mike has a hiding place where he does behind the dresser. Like, it's almost like he hides a pile of clothes from me. Like, as if, like, I can't see him there. And I do this passive aggressive thing where I'll, like, take them out of the hiding place and put them just, like, right in front of the dresser so he can see that I moved them and saw them. But I'm not putting them away because that's too much work. So, yeah, we play that little game. It's fun.
He wants to stay in while you want to go out for date night.
I mean, it's fall. I'll stay in with you.
I think that's fine. It's bound to happen.
Yeah.
You don't want someone that's like a homebody that like never goes out, but
no, we need the balance.
But we all have different days. So like sometimes we just want different things.
Yeah. If you're gonna force me to stay in though, make it worth my while.
Right.
Make it fun. Like, get me some good food. Prop me up on a comfy pillow. I'm acting like I'm a baby doll. I'm like, and tuck me in. Put on a movie, you know, like don't just be like, no, we're staying in.
No,
and
you have
then,
to
like,
make it special.
Watch football on your phone.
If we're staying in, you're cooking.
Yeah, cook me a meal, light some candles.
What I really think would be war is if he was like, I don't want to go out to dinner. I want to stay in, and you're cooking. Like, you wanted to go out probably partially because you didn't want to cook.
Then that's an assignment.
No, I think that's so effed up. And I feel like a lot of people do that, where it's like implied staying in is like they're not going to have to make their meal either way. So they're just saying, I'd rather stay in without any regard for the fact that, like, hello, you probably don't want to cook. So, like, if you're staying in, there needs to be a takeout or yeah.
He monitors your spending.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to say war, but then I'm like, well, what if you're like spending like crazy and you have no money?
This one came from a listener that I think we need to unpack in future episodes because this is a dynamic that couples deal with. I would personally never, because if Mike tried to tell me what to not spend, I mean, like, it's my money. I'll spend it how I want, you know?
I don't have that relationship that John monitors my spending.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like, there are a lot of men out there that kind of hide their spending.
Yeah.
So like, what if that was the case? Like,
well, sometimes, I mean, oftentimes the woman spends more, but sometimes the man is the spender on like
random stuff, gambling.
Yeah.
All the rest. I think the key answer to this, not to make it deep, is like, please be transparent about your spending with your partner to avoid stuff like that, because I've personally would not do well in a controlling environment like that. Like, I would get very defensive and very, very upset.
Yeah.
But I also don't ever not tell John what I'm spending money. Like, I don't ever like go out of my way to hide what I'm spending money on to John, and neither does he.
Right.
So there's
And
really no reason to get upset.
I'm not buying big enough things where Mike would ever even like ask me to justify any of my spending. And if I was, this is why I'm just a big advocate for women having their own money to spend at all times. So no man can ever be like, why did you buy that bag? But this is a deeper conversation that we don't have time for right now. But I agree. Just like communicate transparency. If you have to, I guess, justify why you're spending on something. But as long as you're not like going out and spending on yachts and using savings for the future to buy like dumb, meaningless shit, then he shouldn't be trying to control.
There should be understandings. Like John knows what I like keep separately in like my account to like spend and do whatever. Like there's no monitoring situation going on. But I will say the one thing that I think is funny, I saw this on Grace and Frankie, the show, where they have like an agreed amount of money that it becomes their like discussion point. So like they can spend freely unless it's over X amount of money. And that's their like talking point of money. If they want something that was, if they wanted something that was like over in the show, I mean like they're like retired and well off. If they wanted something that was over like $2,000, like they had to tell the other person that they were buying it, or like discuss if they were purchasing it. So if you like came up with a number that was like, okay, over $400, we've gotta tell the other person, or like over $200 or whatever it is, not including gifts, of course, but like, I mean, I think that's a good, if that worked for you in your relationship, to say like transparency but not micromanaging.
I like that. I also like just using this as a time to like schedule those financial meetings together, or if you have a financial advisor who's handling your future funds together, like use this time to get organized and start planning for the future, because when you both know what your money is being invested towards or saving for, you're less inclined to just make random purchases that you don't need. If you want to make a random purchase, though, go off, please. But use this time to like understand what your money's doing and how you're saving it together, so that you're both on the same page if you have extra funds to be spending or not, you know? We talked about it once before, but FENCE, FENCE, it's financial therapy. Or sorry, it's FINCE. Financial therapy, it's great. They have so many great like financial therapists on there. John and I have done it. It's amazing. Like I 100% recommend doing that, and just you book it like you would book a BetterHelp session. An hour session. Chat about it, get in and out. Don't take advice from us on that. So good luck, baddies. You're going to have the best fall ever, and we will see you next week.
We love you. Bye.